Boy, oh boy, as I speak of Creed, Daniel Jacobs comes out of the mother's womb as a miracle man. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight in the sport of boxing, something absolutely astonishing happens. Not only did this guy beat cancer, overcome nearly homelessness, recover and become champion within 15 months, or fighting within 15 months. He was knocking guys out straight back from chemotherapy. People understand something is happening that I and yourself have witnessed tonight. And if you did not see what happened tonight, you're gonna see it, because all it was a highlight. There was nothing else other to say about Daniel, the miracle man, Jacob. I was on the record yesterday saying that he was dried up at the weigh-in, but you can't vest in a lot of that stuff, because the night of the fight is when these things come to fruition. What is he doing? Is he overdraining himself? Well, if you didn't see that fight and you're listening to what's going on right now on social media, it's absolute fire. Because the story in the middleweight division was guys like Kid Chocolate, guys like Triple G, where there's truly something else happening. And it's truly has something to do with the guy who performed like he did tonight. Look back just like a year ago. Go back and look at the videos of Daniel Jacobs' past 3 fights and look at how he starts those guys. Not hitting them and just hurting them, but look at how he starched them. I was like, okay, of course, this is a shade above an ESPN guy right now who's just been positioned to fight the right kind of guys. And then the way he starts, I'm saying, but he does have natural power. I will give him that. But what I did start to see is when he dropped Sergio Mora, which is right now a B-level fighter. He has skill and A skill set level skills. But when I saw him touch him and he dropped him, and I said, hold it. This is Sergio Mora. And then he drops him again. I said, all right, he does have solid power, but that does not mean anything at this level. Tonight, Daniel Jacobs came out and felt Kid Chocolate. When I saw him in the dressing room, I saw him using this in an up jab. And I said, wow, you don't see guys using the up jab doing mitts. Okay. So I thought about it. He's planning on inflicting pain. All right. Let's take it back to the bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge. Not only is he decided that he's going to inflict pain on this boy, he's going to inflict pain on this boy in the first round. He comes out, feels out the jab. Peter Quillin throws the first jab. Daniel Jacobs is looking strong. The first thing I thought is he's looking absolutely diesel. And in boxing, that means nothing. But he had his stuff intact. He's just that kind of guy. He has the kind of build physiologically that he doesn't need to do weight training like that. So I never get over worried when I see a guy like Daniel Jacobs, because he's naturally built good. But when I see his bones through his body still. The bones in the clavicle area and the knuckles. So that means the guy's not overweight, his body down with muscle and too much density. But when I saw him come out and he threw that hook, pop, pop, and he caught her and he wobbled Kid Chocolate just a little, and then he come over the top with the right, the left, the right, the left. He takes him to the ropes. Kid Chocolate, I'm like, he's still cool as a fan, as he's getting rocked with these hammers. And I said, I was still chilling. I was sipping on my ginger ale, and I was just like, all right, he's good. Daniel Jacobs is going to punch himself out, and I know every one of you who are boxing aficionados know what that looks like. Shane Mosley did it over with Mayweather. Couldn't recover. So many people have done that, it's not even funny. Klitschko did it against Layman Brewster. You can punch yourself out in the first round, and you don't have to get knocked out. You can continuously fight, but you just don't have anything left. You don't recover from that, and mentally, you can't recover from that. So I said, he's just going to punch himself out in the first round. Kid Chocolate is going to cruise to a victory because he's going to be able to do what he wants to do. He may even stop Danny. Danny continuously found reserves. He throws in a and I said, okay, this is good stuff. And then I see Kid Chocolate wobble. And as he's pulling out, Daniel goes in and catches him with that right hook, and he hits him dead on the temple. And I said, the first thing I was thinking is he's getting hit with a lot of clean shots. Hats off to Kid Chocolate's chin. For one, he may have been better off taking a knee, but his pride kept him up. And the punches still was rattling off, but they were landing, but they were still rattling some. And I just knew he could adjust, but that last right hook to the temple, when he hit him with that shot and he went back and did the stanky leg, I knew that was a wrap. I said, oh my gosh. And just in that moment was the only split second that I believed the fight was over. And it was when the fight was over. The referee had no choice but to stop it because he was, like my wifey's mother said, he was looking at the moon and picking taters with the other eye. Let me tell you something. When you get hit like that, that's neurological. He was, epileptic seizure type stuff in the room. And it's going to be something he sees and replays for the rest of his life. And so will his wifey. And so will his child. That replay will never stop playing. It was like when Zab Judah got rocked by Kostya Tszyu. He did the stanky leg dance. Dancing with the stars. And that was real. You are talking about something else is happening, people. You don't knock out guys like that in the first round. Kid Chocolate is the goods, as I spoke to in the post. And then I did narrate. I picked Kid Chocolate to be victorious, but that wasn't about boxing. That was about a guy determined to stop the guy once he got him hurt, because he didn't even think he was going to do that. That's one of those things you can't train for. That's one of those things that has no name in the sport of boxing. So I don't feel bad about picking Kid Chocolate, because even if he would have surmounted that onslaught of punches, what we call the kamikaze, I still think he would have danced on him, because that would have woke him up. But Danny just knew, and he put that last hammer on. And let me tell you what is happening. Team Gennady Golovkin and those boys know that they haven't done that. Not with a guy at that level. So there's going to be a demand for him to see him. You don't have to worry about Andre Ward. There's somebody else that's nastier in that ring. And they call him the Miracle Man. That's all I got. And they call me the Fight Doctor. And I thank you guys for watching. Because you're watching Master Boxing. And this is where we break the fight world down, baby. Round by first round TKO. Shouts out to my boys over there in BrooklynFights.com. Keep hammering. We out. Subscribe to the channel if you ain't hollered at your boy before, because that's all we do is chop it up in the sport of boxing. Peace.